Hi Gemini, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for August 3rd through the 9th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely mermaid themed deck here to go along with our mermaid ocean theme for the summer. And then we're going to pull a spiritual message card for you all from this deck here. Gemini, I apologize for the late video post for the week. These full moon energies are kicking my booty. I don't know if any of you are feeling it too, but the weekly forecast for the following week will be posted much sooner. We're going to connect here. We're going to see what lovely message is coming up for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. One more little shuffle here. Let's get to it, my darlings. Alrighty. So first card is endurance. Alrighty. So I feel a different message for this card than I felt when it came up for Libra. So there could be like an air sign thing here. You guys, air signs might be feeling the need for endurance, or you might be kind of going into something where like there's this sense of like a long haul, right? And for Libra, I got an element where it was like, well, hey, look, Libra, the secret to your success, the secret to your endurance is going to be to bring in a playful element. And that's always a good rule of thumb, and that might apply for a lot of you Geminis. However, I'm getting a different vibe for you guys. I'm going to say for like 90% of you, I'm getting a way different vibe. And the vibe that I'm getting for you guys from this card is that the secret to your endurance is going to be your focus and holding on to your why, right? So you might have taken on a big project, or you might be getting ready to take on a big project. And when I say project, I don't just mean like, you know, something around the house or something at work or a school project. I mean project in terms of like something you're doing to improve your life, to improve yourself, to improve your marriage, whatever it might be, right? Or some kind of goal that you're wanting to reach. Like maybe you've told yourself, I want to get out of debt. Or maybe you've told yourself, oh, I want to get my finances right so that we can start working on having a child, or whatever it might be, right? Or I want to get healthier, or whatever it is, right? So the secret to your success, Gemini, for you guys, for the majority of you, is going to be to remind yourself why you're doing this thing. Because you might be like, man, this is going to take forever. Or man, this is a lot of work. Or man, I really want to do this, or I really want to do that. You have to remind yourself of the why. So if you're also having a hard time with like impulse control, right? Like you want to hop online and do online shopping and buy all kinds of things you want, but you don't really need, or do something that is unhealthy, or do something that is a little bit reckless, or do something that just in general is going to be taking you away from your long-term goal, and you're having a hard time like, man, how do I focus on the long term and not get wrapped up in the short-term gratification? Focus on your why, right? Maybe even imagine what your life is going to be like once you accomplish this goal. Imagine the aftermath. Don't focus so much on how you're going to accomplish the goal, but everything you're enjoying once this goal is accomplished, okay? So your next card here, my darlings, is, ooh, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, Gemini. Okay, you got to promise not going to get mad at me before I put the card up. Your next card here is love. That's like a controversial word on this channel. I know a lot of you like to watch my videos because I don't, like, especially the weekly readings, I try to focus on things other than love and romance. I do a monthly love video, and I just leave it at that for the month. And then in the weekly readings, I read about everything else. But sometimes, as you know, love comes up in your weekly forecasts, okay? So I won't dwell on it too much, other than to say that for some of you, what is happening in this full moon energy that we're going through right now, you're going through the energy of releasing. You're going through the energy of being able to just basically release anything that's been holding you off from experiencing love. You know, maybe some of you are already in a relationship, but you kind of just wonder if your partner loves you, or if you feel like something's keeping you guys from connecting the way you want to connect. Sometimes it's not our partner, guys. Sometimes there's something inside of ourselves that doesn't allow for us to feel loved. And so whatever that might be, some of you might be releasing it in this full moon energy. Some of you, and it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be any kind of love, right? Some of you might be manifesting a relationship, right? Like this is a confirmation for you that your prayers and wishes are heard. And if you keep doing the beautiful work that you've been doing, you're going to manifest that relationship. Your next card here is Power. Alrighty. So in this beautiful card, right, we've got all this red, and red, as you know, is the root chakra. I feel like there could be a benefit, Gemini, for you guys to work on the root chakra this week. There might be even blocks in your root chakra that has been blocking you from love and maybe even physical intimacy. Okay, because we had love and now we're having like root chakra energy coming up here. And sometimes when we have physical intimacy issues, either we're way too overactive or not active at all. And let me clarify something before I move further. If you are in a period of decided celibacy, there is nothing wrong with that. Okay, if you're like specifically like, you know what, I'm gonna clear my energy, I'm gonna heal, fun house is closed, nothing wrong with that. So please don't take what I'm about to say out of context. When I say that sometimes the root chakra is blocked and there's no physical intimacy, this is somebody that maybe doesn't understand why. They just don't have the drive to do that, or they're avoiding it. They feel weird about it and they try to avoid it from happening. There can be a block. That non-activity is very different from a deliberate, decided non-activity, right? Like when you've told yourself, you know what, I'm saving myself for marriage or a committed relationship, or you know what, I'm taking a break from that right now and I just want to work on myself. I'm not talking about that kind of celibacy. I'm not talking about that kind of, inactivity. So there's going to be this clearing in the root chakra that I feel for a lot of you is connected to physical intimacy. And I honestly feel also, please don't take this the wrong way, but I feel for some of you, you're either embracing some of your more fantasy kind of things that excite you, and some of you are going more in the direction of having a more wholesome view of your physical, the things that attract you physically. So in other words, there might be some things that people get aroused from that might be a little bit out there. I won't go into details, but this picture made me think of like some of like the erotic cartoon stuff that's out there, and you can probably put two and two together. I won't get into it, but sometimes people are aroused by very kind of off the wall, awkward kind of things. And so maybe a lot of you are finding balance where you're not going to be embarrassed of that. You're not going to be ashamed of that. But then at the same time, you're going to have a healthy view of physical intimacy. And you're going to be able to have physical intimacy in like connected ways, in ways where you can actually bond and you can keep it balanced. You don't have to break out, the off the wall kind of stuff every time you're with somebody. Like there could be balance. There could be balance, right? But I do feel overall there's something being released here in the root chakra. So this could be a good week for you guys to focus on root chakra meditations, root chakra clearings, root chakra healings, and some of you may have heard me say this on this channel before. There is a belief, now it has not been scientifically proven, but there's a belief that if you eat certain fruits and vegetables that are the color of the chakra you're trying to open up or clear, it's going to help open up and clear that chakra. So if we're going to be doing root chakra work, then you can have fruits and vegetables that are red. So maybe turnips, red onion, tomato, strawberries, red apples, cherries. I'm trying to think of red vegetables. I said radishes. Tomatoes, technically not a vegetable, but I'm sure you guys can think of fruits and vegetables that are red. But some of you might want to incorporate that as well. We're going to go ahead and check out the next card. Next card here, my darlings, is intuition, right? So as you're healing your root chakra, as you're releasing these energies, you are connecting with your own intuition. Now we have this great big giant moon behind her. And those of you that watch my videos, you've heard me say that when the moon card, like when cards with like a pronounced moon show up in your reading, and I'm doing the reading around the time of like a full moon or a new moon, it's kind of to me like a nod from spirit that you're going to be really affected by this particular moon cycle. Okay. So I feel like you need to listen to your intuition, and that your intuition is strengthening as you're releasing these blocks, and as you're being affected by the moon energies. Your intuition is opening up, and you're getting a better way of connecting with your gut feeling, with your intuition, and knowing, you know, what your next steps are going to be, or how you feel about a situation. I feel also a lot of you are coming into like an intuitive way of life, like living more intuitively. And I feel Libra had something kind of sort of similar to that. So again, it could be an air sign thing, but I feel like you guys are going to be gravitating a lot more naturally towards what's going to be good for you. You're not having to overthink it. And that's another thing, Gemini. As an air signs can get into the habit of overthinking or overanalyzing or overplanning. And I feel like you guys are coming into just a lot more natural way of being, like listening to your gut, following your gut, listening intuitively, like, I feel like I'd really like a salad today, or I feel like I'd really like some protein today, or oh, you know what, I really feel like it would be a good idea to go out and be with nature and get some fresh air, or you know, I really feel like it might be a good time to start looking for another job, like, you know, whatever. Like you're just beginning to naturally feel or gravitate within yourself that okay, it's time to do this, or it's time to do that, or this is what I need to strengthen myself, or to feel better, or to continue to make progress. Now I encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks those may resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I used this deck, I think one time last summer, and I think I did like a whole reading with it, and some people were like, oh my god, please never use that deck again, because some of the cards get really deep. Some of the cards get really deep. So you guys will have to let me know if you want me to do a full reading with using this deck. Let me know, and I will. I'll do it. I'll do it. So you have here the Nyx. It says calm waters reflect clearer images than rough waters. So what does this mean? It's kind of summing up this card here. This is your whole kind of element, right? It says calm waters, clearer images than rough waters. If you can be still for a minute, you're going to be able to see what's going on, right? I don't know, like if you've ever been like a kid, and well, I'm sure you've been a kid. I'm sure you've all been a kid. But I don't know if any of you have had the experience when you were a kid, when like you'd play a game, like if you went swimming with friends, if you were like in a lake that had visibility, or in a swimming pool that had visibility, and you guys would like throw something at the bottom of the pool, and you'd have to try to swim down to get it, like, you know, to reach it and to come back up and take it out of the water. So if you're thrashing really hard, and you got to come back up for air, and you're going to go try again to find it, you have to wait a little bit for the water to calm down before you can spot it again, before you can see where it's at, right? If you didn't get it the first time and you come up for air before you try again, you have to wait a second so the water's not choppy and you can see where it is, and then you can go down and you can make another effort for it. So this is the element with how you're going to be approaching life, Gemini, right? If you're kicking around and trying to, gotta do this, gotta do that, blah, 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 right? Like that overthinking, that planning, just take a moment, calm down, breathe, right? Be in that peace, find the inner peace, be in like, you know, just kind of connecting with what you're feeling, you know, just make sense of what you're feeling and what you're going through, and just be still. Be still for a moment, and the solution is gonna be very clear. It's gonna come to the surface a lot more effortlessly. Alrighty, Geminis. Again, watch your moon, sun, and rising sign. If you haven't yet checked out your channeled angel messages for August, those are linked in the description of the video. I'm going to have the love readings for August up in the next couple of days. So if you want to hit subscribe and the notification bell, you will get a notice when the love videos are up. Other than that, my darlings, if you want to get daily messages, be sure to follow along on Instagram and Facebook, amethystangellight. Again, thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my darlings.